Grab your glass and pull up a chair. It's time for your favorite girls' night in.
Welcome to Pouring in Parenting. We're your besties, Sil and Inish.
We're here to laugh through the chaos. Hello, pourers. Let's start the show. Parenting. It's a beautiful symphony, mostly played by toddlers on kazoos.
And we're the conductors, trying to keep it together one glass at a time. Welcome to another episode of Pouring in Parenting.
From mother-in-law drama to the sweetest wins on the internet, we're covering the high notes and the low blows as told by Reddit users. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen. Sil, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Great.
How are you?
I'm doing all right myself. What did you pour into your glass today?
Today I poured a watermelon vodka with lemonade.
Sounds
It's pretty good. It's a little on the strong side. I didn't realize I put as much vodka as I did, but it's good.
It
I like
sounds
it.
it sounds yummy. I made a margarita.
Oh,
So
yay. You
easy
can't go wrong with the
peasy.
margarita.
Yeah, easy peasy. So cheers to that.
Yay, cheers.
Okay. Today we are doing something a little different and we are going to be giving our input on some Reddit users questions. We shorten the questions down. We hope that this is a fun, lighthearted episode for everyone to listen to. So without any further ado, let's jump into the first Reddit topic. Are you ready, Sil?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. Mom discovered her husband has been letting their 4-year-old watch YouTube on an unlocked phone to keep him quiet. But now the kid has figured out how to order things. The kicker, the dad tried to blame the Amazon ghost until a $300 inflatable bouncy castle arrived at the door. So, how do you handle a partner who shortcuts parenting in a way that creates more work for you?
Okay, first off, a 4-year-old should not be watching YouTube. And you shouldn't even let them on your phone unsupervised. Like, where's the passwords?
Absolutely.
Funny story. I do have a nephew who has charged his dad's account numerous times by the hundreds using or buying was it Robux for Roblox?
My goodness, really?
So what I think it's just very little supervision. You're not paying attention and you're being a little reckless. Like, don't have your accounts on there then. You know, if it's an Amazon problem, remove your account number or your credit card each time. Like, just don't leave it saved on there. Like, that's crazy. So I'd be freaking pissed. Like, no, stop being a lazy parent. Entertain your child, keep it busy, spend some quality time with this baby. A 4-year-old, they need that interaction. They do not need any more screen time. Lord Jesus, no more screen time, please.
Yeah, no, that's intense. And 4 years old, especially the way that technology is, it's so relevant and it's so in the forefront of everyone's mental. You wake up, you pick up your phone. Did I miss a call? What I miss on what did I miss on social media? Which means that our kids are going to be that much more advanced with how to use electronics. So the sooner that you give your child any electronic device, they're going to pick up on it quickly. They're going to learn what buttons I need to press. How do I navigate this piece of equipment to get to where I want to go so I don't have to ask mommy or daddy? Taking the easy way out is clearly costing this family money. And I'm sure, I mean, just like you said, you have a family member that can relate to this story in particular. But like, how many times can you call Amazon and ask for a refund?
Right?
You know, that's
And I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because yes, I do let my son, but mind you, he's 8 now. But even for the last like few years, I have let him watch YouTube. I do try to monitor it as much as possible, but there is a lot of crazy stuff on there.
yes.
But also like with Amazon, like on TV with the Fire Stick, he was able one time to purchase a movie. And I was so pissed because I had told him no, but he was even younger than he is now. And he purchased or he rented, which was so much more annoying, actually. He rented a movie. It was like probably like the Minions movie or I don't know, something like that. Where let's just say it was like $20 to rent and like $26 to buy. Like you might as well have bought the freaking movie at this point. I was so irritated, but once again, like, I took accountability, that was my fault, like, so what I did was I put a password on there, so you have to know a password in order to purchase anything. So
Yes.
there's ways to do it, and yeah, it happens, but if it's constantly happening and you're just, "Here's the phone, be quiet. Here's the phone, be
Right.
quiet."
Right.
Like, that says more about you as a parent than it does about that child.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I've been in the same boat. My son bought a game. It was like $3. And I was like, "Oh, hell no." Like, I noticed the charge on the account, and the most he mind you, he bought another game. I think the most it was like 19.99, and that triggered my attention, and then I noticed the $4 for the game, and they were rated like 1 star. And I'm like, "Not you buying these bunk ass games, like, at least get a 5-star game. Did you not see the
At the
star
very least.
rating?" Or 4, 3.5 would have sufficed, but it was 1 stars, and I was hot.
Everybody hates it.
I was hot, and I called Amazon and got the refund, and I told them what I kept it real. I told her what happened, and she was laughing. You could tell that that's not her first time hearing the story before, but she told me she pretty much was like, "Be a better mom, girl." She said to take off
Yikes.
this she didn't say that, but she said to take off the setting. Pretty much what you said is so they don't have access to make purchases. And I asked her to do that. She walked me through it. I was like, "All right, bet." So we haven't had any more incidents since then. And even now there's a timer on his tablet that shuts down. And if he has to do 30 minutes of educational stuff on there, or it'll shut down after a certain amount of time if he's on there. So I got all the parental advisory stuff equipped on there now for him, and he understands his limits too, so he never even gets to that point to where it shuts him out, but it automatically
Yeah.
shuts down at a certain every single day, it automatically just shuts down. Doesn't matter if he touches it or not, it'll be like, "Oh, you're done for the night," and he goes on about his life.
It things like, they don't make it easy for parents either, like, there's games all over the place on the iPads, on the tablets, on the TV, like, Netflix has games now,
Yeah.
games at a restaurant on those little
Yes.
Alexa-looking things that they put on
Mhm.
all the tables. Like, one
Yes.
time, Benny bought something on there, and I was like, "Gosh dang it, like, I have to pay $2 for a freaking game?" And, yeah, it's only $2, but like, that's not the point. Like, why do you put this there? You know these kids are gonna try to play with it, but, I mean, that's how they get you, right? God
Yes.
bless us all.
Yes, how the rich stay rich. Alright, so you have the next story for us?
My story comes from Facebook from an anonymous member. She says that her sister invited her over for a family meal. After the meal, her sister and brother-in-law asked if she could watch the kids for an hour while they ran errands. She agreed, but she said, "I can only stay for an hour. I have plans." Everyone agreed 1 hour. Well, the hour came and went, nothing. So she called her sister, didn't answer. Half hour later, text her, and nothing. Then she ended up having to text her friend to tell them that she couldn't make it to whatever event they were going to. So now she's pissed, and I don't blame her one bit. So she says, "Did I put them to sleep? Nope. Did I make them a snack rather than let them use the stove? Yes. Did I keep the little one from drawing on the walls while his older brother played Fortnite and the middle kid watched Stranger Things with me? Nope. I kept them alive." So when the sister got home a little after 1 a.m., one of the nephews was still playing Fortnite, and the other one was watching Stranger Things, and then the littlest one was asleep. She says she got up and left. However, her sister and parents, on top of that, have been calling her irresponsible and basically making her feel like an asshole. That she shouldn't have let the nephew watch Stranger Things, and she definitely shouldn't have been letting them draw on the walls. Like, they're still trying to get the drawings off. And she's like, "I really don't care. I was told an hour. I agreed to an hour. I kept them alive for an hour and I did a great job for 1 hour. After that, it wasn't really my problem. However, I'm being the asshole. I bet you they won't do this again. What do you think?"
It sounds like she's been taken advantage of and she was just at her wit's end. Do I think she was wrong? The kids survived and she handled it the way that she decided to handle it. I would never put anyone in that situation. I would have been upset as the sister coming home, but also I get why the sister did it in the first place too. You're abusing my time. I had plans this evening. and you took advantage of me. I kept your kids alive. Pretty sure you want to ask me to watch them again, and I'm 100% okay with that because you're going to need me before I need you, is the energy that I'm getting from the sister. So, you gotta do what you gotta do. It almost sounds like a trip to grandma's house. Go to grandma's house,
Right?
and you can do what you want to do at grandma's house. So, I mean, hell, that's how I feel. What about you?
Yeah. I mean, I think that the sister who left the kids and the brother-in-law are the assholes, and the parents are giving her shit. I think the parents are the assholes too.
Mhm.
Like, really? Why doesn't anyone care about my time? What were you really doing? I get that sometimes you need to escape your kids, but bamboozling your babysitter, like you're not now you're gonna be out a babysitter. Now I can't trust you. Unless I have no plans, I can't trust you to come back at a reasonable hour or even text like, hey, you know what? Something happened or whatever. Or just be fucking real. Why
Mhm.
lie? Clearly they had another agenda. So just tell the truth. Don't mess up your sister's life. That's messed up. So yeah, they're the assholes, not the sister, and they're out a babysitter. And I don't blame her for letting those kids do what they did. Like, they know better. Don't be writing on the walls. If you can't watch Stranger Things, don't watch Stranger Things. If you're not allowed to be on Fortnite, don't be on freaking Fortnite. But kids are going to
Mhm.
be kids, and clearly they're not very scared of their parents. So it seems like it's their parents' fault all the way around.
Absolutely. It's like having a substitute teacher and, you
Ugh,
know, you can get away with you can get away with that, whatever. It's
right? It's
let
a
time
free
to
for
let
all.
loose. Sister's playing chess and the other one's playing checkers, or however that saying goes. This next story has to do with mother in laws, and we both have mother in laws, so let's tread lightly. The first day drama. A mom sent a darling photo of her daughter's very first day of preschool to the family group chat. The child was holding one of those first day signs listing her favorite things, and instead of saying, "How cute," the mother in law replied, "Why weren't grandma and grandpa included in the things I love section?" So, how would you react to that comment that's in your family group chat? If you would at all. Do you say anything?
I think I would just ignore it, honestly, because I don't like you weren't on there because you weren't on there. Like, that's why. Like, that's it. Like, the kid wasn't thinking about you at the moment. You know, what do they write? Like, my favorite color is blue. Like, my favorite person is what my mom, my dad. Like, you just weren't a part of it. And it's not anyone's fault. It is what it is. Like, stop trying to have everything about you. And I get it, grandparents, they want to be the apple of the eye to their grandchildren.
Yeah.
But that's just not always the case. Like, they love you, but you're not going to be in every little detail of their life. And that's it.
I wouldn't say anything either. I would ignore it like the plague. I'm avoiding it and I would never ever address it. I would blatantly address everyone else's posts so you know that I wasn't addressing you because why would you say that? And yeah, it is what it is. I feel mother in laws definitely want their imprint on their grandkids and they want to make sure that they're heavily involved. And that's a blessing also. But there's a fine line between the 2 because I do understand that some people wish that they had a mother-in-law that was 100% involved and wanted to be involved because I know there's people out there that don't get along with their mother-in-laws. But again, there's a fine line, and that is the line that you just crossed, mother-in-law, mother dearest, because,
Yeah.
like, fall back, girl. She love you, he love you, and why would they write grandma and papa? You know, the lines are so small. Have you seen those little signs? How much
Oh,
can you
yeah. I
squeeze
think
on there?
we did that for Benny's, like, first day of kindergarten. I don't think I did it again. Like, it's just
Mm,
kindergarten. Yeah, they were small. Like, you could barely write anything in there.
yes. As soon as you post it, it's forgotten. People see it and they keep scrolling. They're it's,
Yeah. I mean, the kids don't even like it. It's like, "God, I gotta stand here with this sign." Like, it's for the parents.
yeah,
Like, and they're
100%.
not even putting usually, like, "Oh, my favorite person's my parent." It's like, "Oh,
Right.
like, it's Spider-Man or Batman," or,
Yeah,
whoever.
it's
Usually not even the
fictitious.
parents
Yes,
have any mother-in-law issues, though, because, whew,
that's good.
man.
I've I've had my time around the park, but anywho,
Moving on.
let's now jump into our mid-show break. Sing to me.
Yeah, I'm ready.
We have been having a lot of fun with this mid show break, and I really enjoy this game. And if this is your first time listening, we hope that you try to figure it out on in your car or wherever you're listening to us at. And, and if you guessed before we did, write in and let us know on any of our social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook, and or text us. Apparently, you can text us because that's a thing.
Sure
So,
is.
okay. So, do you have your song ready? Are you ready?
I do. Do you want me to go first?
Yes. Go ahead and go first.
Okay. Ooh. What was Brandy almost convinced of and almost doesn't count? Are you there?
I'm thinking. Almost had me thinking. Is that the next word in play? Almost had me thinking. You stick around.
So the question is, what was Brandy almost convinced of and almost doesn't count?
Why don't you like my answer? You stick around.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But you said almost think like almost had me thinking. And it's no. Almost convinced me you would stick
Oh.
around. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, good,
Woohoo.
good,
You
good,
got
good.
it. You were so close to going around the answer again.
Oh, it's the story
So
of my
weird how you do
life.
that every
It's
time.
I don't know why I do that. Okay. In the song, "He Wasn't Man Enough" by the infamous Tony Braxton, what did she make him do?
What does she make him do? What did she make him do? The heck? Dang it. What did she made him leave?
Yes. Yes. Do you know I
Did oh
made
Joe,
you
I
leave?
made him leave.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes. Yay!
Dang. Oh my
Good
gosh. I
job.
didn't think I got it.
Good job for
I
vocalizing
made it a little more difficult.
these lyrics that are asked right now, but they're accurate.
Okay. All right. I'm pretty sure you're going to get this one.
Mm.
But let's see.
Oh my god.
What did a simple altercation turn into in Man Down?
Why am I it's a nervous laugh that I have. I've had this laugh all my life. Simple altercation. Gosh, hold on.
Okay, we had to start a countdown.
I know.
Like, should we be allowed to sing the whole song until we find it? I don't. I'll give you like 5 more seconds.
Oh gosh, I don't know. Simple altercation.
Okay, that's
Oh
way
no.
more than 5 seconds.
I know. I don't know. I don't know.
What started off as a simple altercation turned
Altercation.
into a real sticky situation. I can't
Uh,
believe you didn't get it. I know.
I'm ashamed. Pores. I'm ashamed. Okay. In the song by Sunshine Anderson, "Heard It All Before," her man barely beat the what?
The sun, right? Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Come home late. Something. Beat the sun. Yeah, beat the
Yeah,
sun.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tapping my
I was like,
shoulders.
was there more to that?
Thinking
You
you
can
gon'
go
get
get
you
this
some. Yep.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
Good. That's fun. I really like this game.
Same these.
Well, that was a fun round. So you beat me again. I will definitely be going to level 2 next week, and we'll see how you do, my friend. Let the games
Bring
begin.
it.
The games
Oh,
begin.
they've begun.
They definitely begun. But now they're really about to begin because we're on level 2. Okay. So, do you have our next story? We're gonna lighten the mood a little bit. So, what's the next read?
All right, this one's called The Dad Daughter Beauty Salon. A burly bearded dad posted a photo of himself sitting on a tiny pink stool covered in glitter stickers, wearing 4 different tiaras, while his 3-year-old painted his beard with yogurt. He titled it, "I've Never Felt More Beautiful." The things we let our kids do to us in the name of play. What's the most ridiculous outfit or makeover you've rocked before because your kids insisted? What have you gotten yourself into, Inish, with these little ones?
At this point, I am already ready to sign up to be a WWE person
Wrestler?
because yes, wrestler. I feel like there's a like there's another name. they call. I'm trying to think of the divas. There you go, like a diva. I'm ready to be a WWE diva at this point. These boys like to rough play, rough house. I'm a dinosaur, a T-Rex to be exact. I have perfected the dinosaur roar. And it honestly melts my heart when my son smiles when I roar at him. He's proud of me. His little eyes are like, oh my gosh, that is an amazing roar, mom. And
Sound
so
like T-Rex himself.
he's looking around scared, like, oh my gosh. And I have, that's probably one of the main things. I played basketball in high school, but my dribbling skills, top tier. My son is so impressed that I can dribble the ball through my legs and fake him out. I mean, I'm practically Lisa Leslie, and if you don't know who that is, she
Oh,
played for.
Lord.
I'm just saying. I don't know your sports level knowledge, but
Oh,
I
I know
am
who she is.
okay. Well, I'm giving Lisa Leslie, and he is just, I'm breaking ankles. That's his favorite thing to do. As
Oh,
a
breaking
oh,
ankles.
breaking his ankles.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's admirable that the dad found his soft spot for his daughters. Just embrace the moment. The kids are kids one time. Are they gonna remember it? Who knows? But you remember it. He has a picture, and why not? Let your guard down and embrace their imaginations and take it in.
Yeah, same. I have done some really interesting things with Benny. Just really boyish stuff, whether it's playing outside and pretending to be like some monster that he's trying to shoot with his Nerf gun or, doing weird stunts. It's always something really crazy and just, I'm scared for my life sometimes. One bad hit for me, I'm done. He just gets up and dusts himself off.
Yes.
And then even with Briseis, my little one, she watches me as I get ready. So she wanted a brush. And luckily I had some like makeup brushes she could use, with no makeup on it, of course. But she had me sit next to her and she's, putting makeup on me. And I thought she was gonna just poke my eyeballs out. Like, she's pushing in that brush so hard into my eye, and I'm closing, I'm like, "Gentle, gentle," and it's just, like, shoving it in there. I'm like, "What do you see? Like, you do not see me doing that." But it's fun, and it's so cute because she's like, "Oh, pretty, pretty," and, so we
Mm,
we had, like, a little bonding moment when she started doing that, and even when I do my nails,
mhm,
she'll sit next to me and she'll pretend that she's doing her nails, and she'll, try to do my nails or my toes or whatever, and, I just let her because eventually she's gonna grow up and she's not gonna wanna do any of that with me, or she's
mhm.
gonna want me to pay for it. That's actually what's gonna happen probably. Uh,
Absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
yeah, just take it in. I mean, yeah, you're a big old guy, as long as, you know who you are, this is for your kids, you do what you gotta do to make them happy. And that's it. It'll wash off.
Embracing your kids and their energy and their creative mentals as their little brains are growing is definitely the way to go. So, and I feel like little mama is pressing the makeup brush so aggressively because she's wondering where the makeup is.
Possibly, but it's not in my eyeball. That's where it's not.
And she's like,
I don't
girl.
need to be any more blind than I already am. Like, easy on the eyeballs.
But you said it's a clean brush. Is she putting makeup on you in that time?
It's a clean brush, yeah. So
But is
she'll
there
just
makeup on the brush?
no, 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 not at
That's
all.
exact okay, that's why she is applying it aggressively because she's like, "Well, when mommy does it, I see pink and I
Something
see
happens.
colors." Exactly. So she's like, "Mine is broke."
Yeah, right. Oh, no. She's not getting any of that.
Okay.
Pretend. Easy on the eyes.
The next story, a mom of a nonverbal toddler was feeling discouraged until her older child, age 5, started translating for her. The 5-year-old told her, Mom, he's not crying because he's mad. He's crying because the blue truck is tired and needs a nap in the toy box. The mom realized her kids have a language of their own that she's just now being invited to. So let's just talk about the incredible bond between siblings and have your kids. So, have they ever teamed up in a way
Mhm.
that was totally surprising to you? That was like for good or for evil?
So they have. They absolutely team up. the intent behind it, I would hope is good, but half the time it's against my wishes. So, for example, the little one, she knows that her brother has her back and he will bend over backwards for her. He does not care that he gets in trouble. Like at all. And she wanted Cheerios one night. I told her no. Then she was asking for granola. I told her no. She yelled, went to her room, and that's her thing. She'll storm off to her room. I don't need to put her in timeout. She does it on her own. But she snuck away to her brother's room. I don't know what conversation went on in there, but they came back and I hear him in the kitchen doing stuff. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, Briseis wants granola. I told her no. Well, she's asking for it. Why can't she just have it? And he's like going at me. And I'm like, chill, calm down. I'm not trying to fight you here. But you need to ask first. I appreciate you trying to feed your sister, but it's late. So yeah, they'll team up. And the thing that I love though, and it just melts my heart, is that she really knows that she can count on her brother. But it's whenever she doesn't get her way, Benny, and like she has like this tone, like Benny, something's up. And I think he even realized like, oh, like, it doesn't sound like it's a fun thing. It's she needs me for something. Just the other day, she was mad at one of her little cousins because he like got in her space and he was playing with some stuff she was playing with. She called Benny. She's like, Benny, Benny went over and she like some gibberish stuff to Benny, but Benny knew what was going down. And I knew just because of what I could see, but she told the little cousin, hey, she's playing here. And then she just got to playing and everything was fine. And oh my gosh, like I love it. But at the same time, he doesn't ask any questions. Whatever she wants, it's done. Done. Like, no, sometimes you need to ask those questions. Like, she's going to get him in a world of trouble.
They're so young still.
Oh,
And that's really sweet. The boys have had their moments of positive interactions and just vibing out with each other. The baby has a high chair in a chair. So it's a seat within a chair. They were eating lunch or something. I don't know what they were doing, but they were both at the table. I usually, we put him in the chair and we take him out of the chair, either me or my husband. I came back in the room. He was out of the chair. Next level unlocked. How'd you get out of the chair? Is this a new? What's happening? And my oldest like, oh, I took him out. You took him out? Oh, okay. And so the next day came about and he was, mommy, let me out the chair. And so I told my oldest, get him out the chair because I want to see how it happened. And he mimicked us. He moved the chair out. He grabbed him. His brother grabbed him tight in his
oh,
legs and arms and he took him out the chair. I was like, oh
yeah.
my gosh. It was so sweet. Just the trust that he had to let his brother they're probably about the same weight at this point. The baby's kinda
Oh my
big.
gosh.
My oldest is thin, but anyway, but I was like, "Oh," it was such a sweet moment to watch outside of the fighting that they do. It was
Yeah.
it was just it was nice, and it just melted my heart that they were able to communicate in that moment, and my oldest decided to take charge, and he trusted his brother to help him. So now he helps his brother out, and he'll call for him, and, "I'm done," and he'll call for his brother. So
Oh,
it's such a nice feeling as a parent to see those little moments of your kids getting along. They're very rare.
right. Yeah. Because it's not all the time. And for our next Reddit story, we have a dad who feels socially awkward. So he started taking his toddler to a local library story hour. He noticed a shy kid sitting alone and started doing silly dragon voices for the book he was reading to his own child. Soon, a circle of kids gathered around him. He ended the post saying, I've always felt like a background character, but today I was the main event. How has having kids forced us to get out of our comfort zones? Have you ever found yourself doing something embarrassing in public just to make your kid or someone else's kid smile?
I notice other kids if they're in a space of limbo and they're trying to figure out, do I play with your kid? Do I not play with your kid? I actually take the youngest to library reading time. It's like toddler hour. And that space is definitely, I guess that would be a good space to do what he did, especially if the other parent might be socially awkward and is probably there to meet other parents or kids for that matter. But I can't say that I've done anything like weird. I've helped kids get up the ladder at the park. I've
Hmm.
pushed kids on the swing. I'm like looking for their parent, like, no, don't hurt me. But your kid needs a little push. I've inserted myself into situations that a child might, just be looking for an adult because they see the other kid receiving that attention and they may stop
Yeah.
in their tracks and be like, oh, wow, like I wish, and not to knock any parent that may sit and be doing whatever they're doing. This could be their time that, hey, you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing over here. And I own that I'm a helicopter mom. So I'm in the sand with my kid, actively there with my child. And if a kid is looking for a push on the swing or they befriended my kid, then I'll push them on the tire. I don't care. No kid gets left behind. So one kid, come one, come all. So I'm that mom. So
Yeah.
what about
It's funny that you say that because just this past weekend, we were at the park and we were at the playground and I have the baby on those little like toddler swings. And there was
you?
two. So she's having a great time. And then here comes this little girl. She was so cute. And she's kind of just looking at me. I see her. And as she has the swing, she's pushing the swing. And I'm like, oh man. Like, and she just gave me those eyes like, are you going to help me? And I wanted to, but at the same time, like, I don't feel comfortable picking up another person's child. Now, if she wanted to push, I think that'd be like a little bit different. Like, I had to like physically pick her up and then put her into the little seat.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry, girlfriend, not doing it
Yeah.
because it just some people are just so crazy and weird, and I don't wanna be accused of anything. So I did feel bad for her, but then at the same time, like, "Damn, like, where are your parents?
Right.
Clearly, you can't put yourself on the swing."
Never been in
And I
that
even tried to look
situation.
around. I looked
Mhm.
around to see if anyone looking at her because if, they give me, like, a nod, "Okay, cool, I'll do it." Sadly, I didn't see anybody, and I don't think she
Mm.
was necessarily lost, but, I mean, it was just such a big area we were at that maybe I missed the parent, but I was like, how rude, like, you see your kid is pushing the swing with nobody in it. Come on. But it was but it was such an awkward situation. I'm not gonna touch someone else's kid for the most part, I might push
Yes.
him down or something if they try to push my kid, but other than that,
Oh, that's a whole 'nother
like,
story. I've
hands
been there
off.
before. Have requested a child get their parent before.
Well, yeah, I'm here for it.
Yes.
Like, don't touch
No,
my kid.
yeah, no, I
I'll push
agree
you
with
down.
that. I've never physically picked up a child and put them in the swing before, but don't we want to get pushed on the swing or the kids are playing? Like I'll help the kid up if they extend their hand out to me and they're playing, like, yeah, get up these stairs, bro. Like, don't be falling down on my clock, bro. I'm talking to the kids. Like, girl, okay, I'm looking at you, you looking at me, girl. Don't fall down. I had eyes on you. But that's me.
Yeah.
And not I don't expect anyone to do that for my child. But again, I own that I'm a helicopter mom, especially when we're out in public.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I guess I would probably feel a little weird too if some random picked up my kid and put him on a swing.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. But I do think as far as like this story goes, like good for him that he was able to get out of his comfort zone to help
Mhm.
this kid out and get him involved. I thought that was really cute. And yeah, unfortunately, sometimes we just have to. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've sang skidamarink gooding goody, in the grocery store or wherever just to make my daughter happy or just do random things with Benny because it makes him happy. And I'm looking like a fool again.
Well, yeah, and that just falls into the whole reason of this episode. What are you willing to do to make your kid happy? Or what shortcuts are you willing to take to you want to be actively involved in your kids' growth mentally, physically, and with the top of this episode talking about I don't want to say parenting fails, but there's some sketchy some sketchy situations that we discussed, but ending it with positive on a positive note.
Yeah, no, some
Sorry,
good
I'm
stuff
picking
out
up
there.
my
Not
words.
everything has to be bad. So positivity when it comes to parenting because we do have some good stuff. It's hard being a parent. And a lot of times we're so quick to focus on the negative, but there's so much positive out there. Let's focus on that. The negative could be funny. It should also be uplifting to hear others doing well and doing things for other kids. It's a beautiful thing because at the end of the day, we all need a village. And even if it's just a stranger for 15 minutes, hey, they were in your village for 15 minutes, getting your kid out of their comfort zone.
And absolutely, and being able to uplift other parents out there and support them on their journey and being part of being a part of that village is exactly what we all need. I feel people throw the word village around and don't really know what it means, but it really takes a village to take care of the kids, take care of a family in the household. We found all these stories online, and I know there's so many other stories that we can talk about. If you are listening right now and you have a story and you are wondering, what should I do? How do I approach the situation that I'm in? We have all of the platforms that you can reach us on. And again, we have a text message feature that no one's tried yet. So if you want to be the first, have at it.
Oh, yeah, we
Because
will shout you out. Thank you for being our first.
please. And we can discuss your question, your thought, your concern anonymously, of course. But we would love to hear your feedback. We appreciate you for tuning in. Our final thoughts for the show: parenting is the ultimate bittersweet symphony. Sometimes it's a beautiful solo, and sometimes it's just a lot of percussion at 6 a.m. But the best part of the song is that I don't have to do it alone.
To everyone listening, find your person, pour your glass, and remember if you're overwhelmed by the music today, just keep humming along. You're doing great. Thank you for listening to Pouring in Parenting.
Where sip happens and we pour about it.